Well, folks, it's been a long time that we've been waiting for the Dark Eldar. And right now I've got a lot of emotions going on. Can you come in a little closer so they can see the emotion on my face? The emotion is not scrubbing hard enough. The emotion is acne. That's what I'm feeling. So, anyway, Dark Eldar are here, and I've been seeing all these cool models, right? And I'm thinking, Dark Eldar, they're the best. I can't wait for them to come out. They made all these amazing kits, and they finally came in. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm sure there's a zillion other places, you know, showing you the sprues or whatever that is. But I don't like Dark Eldar. And I don't mean I don't like them as a Warhammer 40k player. I mean, emotionally, I don't like Dark Eldar. I'm reading through the book, I'm just like, these guys are really mean! Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense! So, my new plan is to... You can't see it, but Sarah trying to hold it in.
That was a great face.
So, what I've decided to do is we're going to make a Studio Dark Eldar army, but I don't think I'm going to play it. I really just do not have the heart to, you know, go through with it. I can't role play a Dark Eldar army. It just, they just give me the creeps. However, I am going to make an Eldar army that are the foil for the Dark Eldar. So you're going to see some really great classic Eldar versus Dark Eldar bat reps. Those are coming. And, you know, it's high time I did my 6th Eldar army. Yeah, isn't that right? Let's see. What color should I make them?
Oh, don't you dare.
Hold on. Let me just think.
Don't you dare.
I'm thinking teal.
Oh.
I think I'm
I used to kind of like that color.
Yeah. Now you're all tealed out.
Tealed out.
Actually, I think we'll make our Dark Eldar teal. No. Yeah, the truth is we're not doing either of those things. Okay. Okay, we're back. She clicked it on and off faster than I could blink. Okay, listen. So here's the Dark Eldar. Let's take a look. And this is enough for the start of an army. But you know what? Before we get into that, I just need to tell you that within 24 hours, I'll have a complete spreadsheet for the Dark Eldar. However, you should know that there are, by my count, 45 entries in the Dark Eldar book. That's huge. The old armies only had between like 20 and 25 maybe. Tyranids had 37. Which I was like, 37 different things. Dark Eldar have 45, and to be on the conservative side, I'm going to say 40. If you count how many of those have no published model, like you've got to convert or make something for it, 21 of them. Oh yeah, I thought it would just be a few things and we'd be set. No. We have a huge amount of work to do. And I'm going to lay all the groundwork for that in the next 24 hours, get the price guide up. So those that have faith and confidence in our studio, well placed, I might add, you can go ahead and just make your order for anything in the Dark Eldar book. And we'll be ready to go. We can duplicate it, the whole 9 yards.
Because we do that.
Oh,
we're awesome
yeah,
at it.
Stuff is in the works for the Dark Eldar. We're going to do some amazing stuff. I've got a ton of experience looking, call that experience, that's great. That's my skill. I've looked at a lot of miniatures in my life, and so I know which ones are good and where to get them. So anyway, that's what we're working on. We really got some good ideas. I'm pulling the guys in tomorrow to kind of get a brainstorm going, and we'll see what happens. Just does this bother you that this is back here? Let's move it over here. There we go.
That'll bother me less.
Bothering quotient went down 30%. All right, let's do this thing. Got a grater. The Ravager and the Hellions are coming out on the 20th. Got a Raider. So we're ready to go if you want to get started. Reavers, Booyah, Kabbalite Warriors, which we've opened and looked at, but again, I'm leaving it to others at this time to show you more of what's inside them. Reavers, Witches, another Raider, Incubi, so there's that one. These models are like absolutely outstanding. Oh, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these models to build a Dark Elf army for Warhammer Fantasy. Isn't that great? Yeah, I'm kind of on a Warhammer Fantasy kick. So, Witches. This is for another project. May as well show you that. I have 3 Vipers. This is for an Eldar Same Han army. Yeah, I know that's not how you say it. I can never remember. Kabbalite Warriors. And then, do you want to see the rest of it? Really? Oh, actually, it's 6 boxes of Dwarf Thunders. Because we're making 2 of those Dwarf Engineer armies. Kablam! It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. So, there you go. That's all I got to say. Alright, so I just want to give you kind of a taste of what that conversion-wise is going on with this army. It's insane. Well, let's start with your Archon. Where is he? There he is, Archons. He can have a court. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 things that you've never even heard of before that are like these alien creatures that he keeps as like pets or mercenaries or something like that. So, like this is, let's see, what does it look like? A collection of brains and spinal cords, one atop each other, and they float through the ether like jellyfish. Crazy stuff. Hold on, it gets better. Racks and grotesques, and I've heard what Rin was telling me is people are going to be making whole armies out of racks. So that's a real challenge to figure out how we're going to reproduce like 40 of this one conversion per army. Got lots of ideas for grotesques. Talos Pain Engine. I can't tell you about it, but we do have something special cooking up for this. Because you can get the standard Talos, which is old and lame and crusty and pathetic and puny and wimpy. Or you can get the awesome one that we're going to kind of scratch.
You don't feel strongly about that.
I don't. I don't think it sucks hardly at all. Chronos Parasite Engine. I mean, there's just all... Hold on. We're going to go through the whole thing. A Venom. We're going to make the Venom probably out of the Raider kit. And then perhaps some specialty pieces. Raider and Ravager. Not to be confused with the Ravager. Okay, are we set? So Razorwing and Void Raven, we're doing things for them. Probably going to just draw on Forge World. They have published models for those. But they could be gussied up. There's like 10 different special characters, all that need special treatment. About half of them can be made from just the published plastic kits, and you could just fancy them up or do some specialty materials on them. The big one, where there's going to be a lot of conversions, is the Beastmasters. The Beastmasters are actually can be converted from the Hellion plastic kits because they have skyboards, which makes perfect sense if you're dealing with all these weird alien exotic animals. You kind of want to be hovering about 20 feet up with a whip, 20-foot whip. So you've got Clawed Fiends, Chimera, and Razorwing Flocks, all of which I've heard ideas for these. One of them is just use Warhammer Fantasy Bats for the Razorwing Flocks. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to do something something notable for each one of those. And I'm pretty stoked. Scourges, this is the one where I was like, oh, how in the world are we going to do that conversion? And right now, I'm just really not sure what's going to happen. The challenge is to find, usually in tournaments, if there's not a published model, you have a lot of leeway on what you use for it, as long as it's clear, you know, what it is. Our goal is to get reliable materials and also incorporate Games Workshop pieces in them, so there'll be sort of that legal element to them. So I got to tell you, this army book is just, it's mind-blowing. Did not disappoint. Everything is just outstanding. But I hate them. Just reading through this, I'm like, God, these guys are not very nice. Not very nice at all. And so my plan, I'm going to build an army that is the foil to this army, and then have other people will do kind of a, old animosity type of game with them. I don't know what to say. So anyway, but we're ready to take orders for Dark Eldar. We are ready to go. So I have two spreadsheets. I have the one that's up right now, which is just published materials, and you're welcome to use that, and then worry about the other stuff later. And within 24 hours, I should have up the sheet that has every single thing in the book on it. And we'll be ready. You're going to see some amazing stuff come out of the assembly room for that. All right. You know how they say goodbye in Dark Eldarese? No good? Sarah's like, yeah.